Now, talking about crime, because IPC provides for definitions of different types of crime. So, what is a crime according to you?
A crime is an act that is committed or omitted and which is prohibited by law. And it is forbidden by the law and also condemned by the people, society in general.
Yes, correct. So it may be commission, it may be omission. Both the cases, it can be considered as a crime. So as such, crime, the word crime is not being defined in IPC, but yes, we do have an idea of what crime is. But to commit a crime, okay, we need some elements to be present. First is human being. Okay, so who is a person according to you?
Person, a human being is the person who comes immediately to the mind. And then organizations.
Organizations, are they also persons?
But we can sue the organization like that.
Yes, so correct. Otherwise, in general, when we say person, it's just living human beings who comes to our mind. But in law, this definition is like it is having a wider interpretation. It not just includes living human beings like you or me, but it also includes something called as artificial person or a juristic person. Juristic as in only for the purpose of law, they are considered as a person. You can file a case against them. They can also file a case in their name. It need not be the directors or the other officers who are having the authority to sort of represent the company, but in the name of company also cases may be filed. Like mostly you would see there will be like one or the other defamation case filed against newspaper publishing houses. It will be filed against their name, or maybe they have filed some case for check bounce or maybe some other sort of crimes, right? So they are nothing but artificial person or juristic person. And it's not just about IPC, there are many other laws wherein they are recognized as a person, like in case of uh, property laws also. Okay, they can hold and acquire property, both movable and immovable. They can sell property, give it on lease, mortgage, everything. They can open bank account in their own name. Temples can take donations in their own bank account, right? So many things are there. In case of trust also, we see so much of power is given to them. So that is nothing but person, which is defined in section 11 of IPC as well. It says person includes any company or association or body of person, whether incorporated or not. Those also will be included in this definition of person. So a case can be filed against them also, and they may also file a case, basically. Okay. In case of cheating also, you would see there is section like 420, sections like 499, 500. There we mostly see companies also being parties, case being filed against company as well. Now, earlier times, what used to happen is like we have these different theories of punishment. All right, why is it that punishment should be given? What is the logic behind it? Like that, we had certain theories, like 5 theories are there, which you will read in jurisprudence. So there are 5 theories which provides for the reason why punishment should be given. So what do you feel, why punishment is needed?
One thing is to make him aware of the crime that he has committed and to feel remorse or correct himself so that he won't commit it again. And a crime which is unpunished is like supporting others also to commit the same crime. A crime which goes unpunished will also, people will not take that serious consider that as an offense,
Hmm.
and so that elements in the society fear before committing such crimes.
Yes, correct. So it is, yeah, those are reasons. Like, first of all, it is like reforming the person. Secondly, we want to set this as an example so that other people also would realize that it's not that easy to escape the punishment if I commit a crime. Like that, we have different theories. Okay, earlier times the concept was that we want to prevent the person. Okay, if today someone has committed a crime, we want to bring him to such a position that tomorrow he is not in a position to commit that crime again. Okay, have you heard this? There is one statement, right? A tooth for a tooth, a limb for a limb, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a limb for a limb, life for
Yes.
a life. You have heard, right? So that used to be followed in earlier times, wherein it was said that if someone has caused you, like someone has maybe chopped off your limb, you also do the same thing to the person. That was at one stage. Then in another stage, it was like, we need to punish the person, we need to like make him realize that he has committed a crime. So earlier times, we did not know this concept of like who is able to reform, or who would understand that, okay, because I did this, I'm getting this punishment. Okay, in earlier times, it was like, if an animal has also caused you some harm, you do the same thing to the animal. You can even punish the animal, because we would consider that animals have committed the crime. But today, because of civilization, we have realized that most of the times, even though the animal has caused us some harm or loss, the animal would not even realize that he is punished for doing that certain thing. Rather, we may train the animal some good behavior or things like that. But what we can do, we can make the owner responsible for it, right? That why did you leave your animal just like that openly? Now you need to pay the compensation for whatever loss is being caused, right? Now those things are realized. That's why we are saying human being, as in it has to be a person, whether it's a natural human being like us, or it is an artificial or juristic person, it has to be a human being. We do not punish animals anymore, right? Rather, we would try to give them some training or things like that. Those work better. That's the first element. Okay.
Okay.
Second is mens rea, or guilty intention. So what is mens rea?
And refers to the intention, the objective behind committing a crime or achieve a purpose. It's from a person's thinking, their motive, their intentions behind committing the crime.
Are intentions and motives same, or they are different?
They are different.
They are different. Okay, correct. So mens rea, or guilty intention, is very much needed in case of crimes, because in case of crime, the main aim is that we want to punish the person. Okay, we want to punish the person, and mostly we want to reform him, reform in a better human being, because we believe in this concept, like Gandhiji said, right? Hate the sin and not the sinner, because no one is born a criminal. It's because of the situations that the person end up committing a crime. That ways, in India also, we believe that it's always possible for a person to reform himself in a better human being. Self-realization is always possible. And that's why it is very important that we should have guilty intention. Okay, for crimes, guilty intention is needed, because only when I have a guilty intention, based on that I committed a crime, punishment would make sense, because it will give me a chance to like realize it, right? To reform myself. If I have done something by mistake without any bad intention, punishment is of no use. I'm simply crowding the jail, maybe, right? So that is the thing which is followed here, that mens rea, or guilty intention, is very much needed. For most of the crimes, it's relevant. If mens rea is not there, Even if other elements are satisfied, it's not even considered as a crime. Like you can read theft, okay, 379 of IPC, theft. It says, what is theft? It's like you are moving some movable property. All right, maybe I have taken your phone from your possession to my possession. Why am I doing it? With a bad intention that I'll keep your phone with me. Only if I have a bad intention, it will be considered as a crime and not otherwise. So mostly guilty intention is very much relevant. Otherwise, the act will not even be considered as a crime. Okay, but there are certain legislations which we call as social welfare legislation. Like we have introduced that legislation for welfare or benefit of the common people. In such legislations, it does not make sense that we are looking at intention thing, because main aim is to do welfare for the people. Okay, any example of such social welfare legislation that you can think of? Introduced for benefit of people, that people should not suffer. Motor Vehicles Act, we have a legislation, right? There are civil provisions, also criminal also there, that it aims at providing compensation to parties and stuff, right? In
Yes.
road traffic accident cases, mostly they are unintentional. But if we start looking at the intention part, the legislation itself will become meaningless, because most of the times parties will escape the punishment thing, right? So in some cases, intention may not be relevant, but mostly for criminal laws, intention is very much relevant. Okay, and when we say intention and motive, they are two different things. Like my intention may be to kill a person, and why am I doing it? Because of a motive. Because maybe I want to take possession of his shop that he is having. So in order to take possession, I thought there is no better way than killing the person. So killing is my intention, and having possession of the shop is my ultimate motive why I'm committing the crime. Okay, so first of all, we have human being. Secondly, we have mens rea or guilty intention. But now, mens rea is just in my mind, right? Just having bad thoughts in my mind is not enough, because it's not causing any harm to anyone. Plus, it's very difficult to prove as well, right? How can you prove that I have the bad intention of killing someone unless and until I have done something for it, right? That's why we have a maxim called actus non facit ream nisi mens sit rea, which means just having the guilty intention in the brain is not enough. We need to do some guilty act as well. So both guilty act plus guilty intention taken together will constitute a crime. Okay, that's why we have the third element being actus rea or illegal act or omission. I have this bad intention that I should somehow try to, like escape this liability of paying income tax. And why am I doing it? Because I have this intention of escaping that, because I want to maybe gain some profit over there. I don't want to pay tax to the government. In that case, only when I, like willfully omit it, it would become a crime, right? So this is nothing but actus rea or illegal act or omission. So there are certain crimes wherein intention might not be relevant as well, right? Whether you have the bad intention or not, it's a crime anyways. Like I cannot say that, okay, I did not have any bad intention behind not paying income tax, I was just not aware of it. I cannot say that, right? Because whether it was intentional or not, I have committed the crime, so fine will be imposed anyways. So it may vary from case to case, but mostly for criminal cases, intention is given a lot more importance. Intention is very much needed.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and the last one being injury to another human being. Someone has to suffer a loss. It may be one person, it may be a group of persons, it may be anyone basically, right? Someone has suffered a loss. Now, when we say harm, injury, or loss, it does not mean like physical harm. It may be any harm caused to the body, mind, reputation, property, and so many other different variations we have. It has to be some sort of an injury. In fact, when
Yes, ma'am.
we look at IPC, crimes are divided depending on what is it that it is affecting. Is it a person's body? Is it a person's property? Like that also we see different classifications of crimes, right? So there has to be some injury caused to a person or maybe a group of person, body, etc. All right, so these are the 4 elements of crime: human being, which may include natural living human being like you or me, or it may be artificial or juristic person as well. Same ways we have mens rea or guilty intention. We have actus rea or illegal act or omission, injury to another human being, which may include any type of injury, body, mind, reputation, property, whatsoever, it will be included over there. Okay, is this part clear?
Yes, ma'am.